Hello, my name is Jamie Haley. In this presentation, I will provide a professional reflection on a workplace incident in which I served as the incident commander during a toxic chemical release involving chlorine. I will outline the timeline of the event, the immediate response priorities, and the references and support system utilized, leadership actions taken during the incident, and the key lessons learned from managing a high risk emergency affecting employees, the surrounding community, and the organizational assets. The incident occurred on August 18th, 2022, at approximately 12:30 p.m. on a warm, dry afternoon. At approximately 12:30 p.m., I was notified by a member of the operations team that a large chlorine tank used within the water system treatment plant had developed a leak. Chlorine is a highly toxic chemical that presents immediate regulatory and chemical burn hazards, particularly under warm and dry weather conditions that can accelerate the release and vapor movement in the air. At the time of the incident, there were approximately 400 employees on site, many whom had family members working at the same facility. The workplace was located on the west end of a small town with a population of approximately 3,500 people, which significantly increased the potential for off-site community exposure. Within minutes of the release being identified, local media arrived on the scene, introducing additional complexity related to public communication and informational control. Due to the prompt and device actions taken during the response, there were no fatalities associated with this incident. As an incident commander, my primary and immediate priority was the protection of human life. Given the time of day, midday, and the environmental conditions, I recognized that the chlorine gas could spread rapidly and prevent serious inhalation hazards to both workers and the surrounding community. My immediate response priorities included ensuring the safety of employees, contractors, and visitors, presenting exposure beyond the facility's boundary, establishing incident command and operational control, isolating and containing the release if it could be done safely. I immediately initiated a site wide evacuation of non essential personnel in accordance with the facility's emergency action plan. Employees were directed to evacuate upwind and crosswind from the release point to minimize exposure risk. Supervisors were instructed to conduct head counts and designated muster points to ensure full accountability of all personnel. Given the number of workers on site and the presence of multi-family members working together, accountability was treated as a crucial priority. Access to the affected area was restricted, and only trained and properly equipped personnel were permitted near the release point. To guide decision making during this incident, I relied on established regulatory and organizational references, including the Facilities Emergency Action Plan, the EAP, Safety Data Sheets for Chlorine, SDS, and applicable OSHA Hazard Communication and Emergency Response Standards. The Incident Command System Framework, ICS. These references provided clear guidance on evacuation distances, personnel protective equipment requirements, isolation zones, and communication protocols. Utilizing recognized standards allowed for informed, defensible decisions under high stress conditions. Effective incident management required coordinated support from multidisciplinary response team, which included operations supervisors, safety and environmental personnel, maintenance technicians familiar with the chlorine system, local emergency response agencies. As an incident commander, I focused on clear, delegated of responsibilities and direct communication and maintaining situational awareness. Specific roles were assigned to prevent confusion and ensure efficient execution of responsibilities. I maintained a visible and composed leadership presence throughout the event to reinforce command authority and maintain workforce confidence. Remaining calm and device was essential to preventing panic and ensuring compliance with evacuation and safety directives. The rapid arrival of media required controlled and deliberate communication. I designated a single point of contact for media inquiries, which was myself, to ensure consistency and accuracy in public messaging. Information shared with the media was limited to verified facts, including confirmation of the incident, actions being taken to protect personnel and the community, assurance that emergency response protocols were in place. Speculation was avoided, and technical details that could cause unnecessary concern were not released. This approach aligned with the incident communication best practices and allowed response efforts to remain the primary focus. In this incident required a high level of situational leadership, particularly given close-knit nature of the community and the presence of family members working together at the facility. Key leadership strengths demonstrated included decisive action to protect life, clear and consistent communication, emotional intelligence, recognizing heightened stress levels, accountability, ensuring no individuals were overlooked. By maintaining professionalism and reinforcing safety as the top priority, trust was preserved among employees and the responders throughout the incident. The incident reinforced several important lessons. The first one, emergency preparedness must be comprehensive and regularly reviewed. Leadership presence and clarity are crucial during high risk events. Communication must be disciplined and centralized. Community impact must be considered in all emergency response decisions. Following this event, improvements were made in emergency response training, community protocols, equipment inspection practices, and coordination with local emergency services. These actions strengthen future readiness and reinforce a proactive safety culture. In conclusion, serving as an incident commander during the chlorine release heightened the importance of decisive leadership, preparedness, and effective communication by prioritizing life safety, utilizing established response framework, and maintaining command control. The incident was managed without loss of life, and it had significant potential risk. This experience continues to influence my approach to leadership, emergency management, and workplace safety. Thank you.